Okay, folks, you know what? I was not going to do a video tonight, but I just found out this information and I thought you guys might find this interesting. So, Elton John, he's on his farewell tour, and his last concert in America was yesterday, which is Sunday, November 20th in America. And something happened at that concert, and I'm going to show it to you. But let me just lay some groundwork of how these three dictators are connected. So you know that Donald Trump, when he took office in 2017, he was calling the North Korean dictator, Kim Ding Dong, he was calling him a particular nickname. He was calling him Rocketman. Okay? And, they're basically telling you that he's a threat to the United States, that he's going to, send a nuclear weapon this way. Of course, you know what I think about nuclear weapons. I don't believe they exist, but, we'll see how they do it. If that's what they're going to imply that it is, this Seattle event. Like I said, we don't know what this June 11th Seattle event is going to be, but it's going to be something spectacular. And we don't even know who it's going to involve. We just know it's going to happen in Seattle. And the reason Donald Trump was calling Kim Jong-un, the North Korean dictator, Kim Ding Dong, the reason he was calling him Rocket Man is because, see, he's born on January 8th, okay? And by the way, look, he's born in 1984, and I told you 84 is when Trump gets his head wound. But look, he's born January 8th, and why is that important? That's Elvis's birthday, because I told you Elvis is connected to the Seattle event, okay, that's going to happen on June 11th, the spectacular event. Like I said, we don't know what it's going to be, but I wouldn't be surprised if it involves this Kim Ding Dong. Anyway, Kim Ding Dong is born on Elvis's birthday because Elvis is the Rocket Man, okay? Just like this entertainer who died not too long ago. He's born on Elvis's birthday, this David Bowie, whose initials DB equals 4 and 2, 42, because Elvis died at the age of 42 and Washington's the 42nd state. But why am I showing this dude? Because what is this guy known for, David Bowie? He's also known for singing a song that has Rocket Man in it. Because I told you, Elvis is a Rocket Man. He's born on Elvis's birthday also. And I'm sure it's just a coincidence that the song is 4 minutes, 50 seconds. I told you the 4-5 with a crown, because it's been 45 years since Elvis died, and Trump is the 45th president. Anyway, like I said, it's all about Elvis and the Rocket Man. And I told you that Trump, when he took office in 2017, and he started calling him Rocket Man, look, he was 33 years old when Trump took office in 2017. He had just turned 33 when Trump took over. Okay? Rocket Man. And by the way, the name Kim, K-I-M, equals 33. K is the 11th letter, I is the 9th letter, makes 20, and M is the 13th letter, makes 33. And look, he's got the name, look at if you put these letters together, G-U-N, it's got the gun in his name. You see that? John Gunn. Trump's middle name is John, J-O-H-N. And if you took his initials, K is the 11th letter, J is the 10th letter, that makes 21. And if you add the U, because it's separated, the U would be another initial, is 21st letter. So 21 plus the 10 is 31, plus the 11 makes 42. I told you Elvis died at the age of 42 and Washington is the 42nd state. And the reason I keep mentioning Washington State, because Seattle's in Washington. And Seattle, Washington initials, SW equals 42. And look at Rocket Man's father, who died, who used to be the other dictator. He was before Kim Ding Dong. Anyway, look when he's born, 216. And I told you the 216th day of the year is August 4th, 216, February 16th. And look, he's born in 42. Another 42 connection, you see. Like I said, if you think these are coincidences, you're crazy. And look when North Korea was established. The same year Israel was established, 1948. Look at that. I told you something's fishy going on here, folks, with this. And 4-8 is the 8-4 backwards. And I told you the 48th prime number is 223. And next year is 2023. And you know that same year is the year King Charles was born. And you know King Charles's birthday is 11/14/48. And you know that they say the date backwards over there. So it would be the day first, which is the 14th day, and then 11 would be the month. So it would be 1411. Look at the initials for North Korea. N is the 14th letter. K is the 11th letter. 1411. That's King Charles's birthday. And he's born the same year, 1948. I guess that's just another coincidence, right? Anyway, I could have shown you a lot more on David Bowie and Kim Ding Dong, the other Rocket Man, that were born on Elvis's birthday, both of those guys. Anyway, but this video is about Elton John and what happened to him. I mean, what happened at his concert, at his farewell tour concert. And look at this thing. He's dressed kind of like a phoenix. I mean, this, I don't even know. This is not him. This is the movie Rocketman about Elton John. But look, they're wearing horns because I told you they're going to birth the phoenix, out of the sea in Seattle. Anyway, this guy was also known as Rocketman. That was the name of the movie. It was about Elton John, because Elton John has a song called Rocketman. And notice that Elton John has the EL in his name. Okay? I told you, Elvis, that's Elvis's name. Elvis, Elton. El means God in Hebrew. And Washington ends with T-O-N. So it's got the EL for Elvis and the T-O-N for Washington. And John is Trump's middle name, like I said. And I told you that anything with the E-T, E is for Elvis, T is for Trump. And E.T. was released on June 11th, the movie. Anyway, forget about that. But Elvis was known as the King of Rock. And a lot of ELs have been in the news lately. Like, look, ELON is Elon. And he's been in the news and all the time. And Tesla is like the word Seattle, I told you. And look, Jay Leno, who got burned recently, L-E-N-O. You see what I'm saying? Just like Pelosi. Pelosi has the ELO, Nancy Pelosi. And that Peloton. Look at that. It's almost got every letter here is in the word Peloton. Except for the P. And another O. Now, before I show you the new Elton John information, I just want to make sure you know my two predictions. I told you there's going to be a spectacular event in Seattle on June 11th. And somehow Elvis's name, the number of his name, or his image becomes a part of this spectacular event in Seattle on June 11th. And the other prediction is Trump gets his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. Okay? 8-4. Which happens to be Obama's birthday. The day Trump gets his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. And August 4th is the 216th day of the year. And like I said, Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth, okay? His name was Jesse. That's how it's spelled on his gravestone. And they were both born on 1818, and that equals 216. Get it? August 4th is the 216th day of the year. And if you say the date backwards, like they do in the UK, 8181 is 16-2. And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Like I said, it's perfect. All right? It all has to do with Elvis and his identical twin that died at birth. That's why the Twin Towers came down. Anyway, let's get back to Elton John. And you know, Elton John, he was born on March 25th. And why is that important? You see, March 25th, the day Elton John's born, is the 84th day of the year. There's your 8-4 connection to the day Trump gets his head wound. You see what I'm saying? Just another connection. 8-4. And you see it says March 25th, 325. You see this? June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. And in leap year, it's the 163. If you add up 162 plus 163, you get 325. You get what I'm saying? 325 is the 84th day of the year. 325, 325. Get it? You see how it connects to both June 11th and it connects to August 4th? The 2 days, my 2 predictions for Rocketman Elton John. So remember, I just showed you that Elton John's born on March 25th, 1947. So remember this exact date, because I'm going to connect it to Trump right here and his exact birth date of June 14th, 1946. So from the exact day that Trump was born in 1946 to the exact day Elton John was born. Let's see how many days in between. So from Trump's birthday, the exact day he's born in 1946, to the exact day that Elton John was born, not counting that day, but up to that day, it's 9 months, 11 days. Look at that. It's the 9/11. From Trump's birthday to Elton John's birthday. Okay, now, before I show you, like I said, before I show you the whole reason why I'm doing this video, what happened to him on his last concert in America. By the way, look, it was called the Yellow Brick Road Farewell Tour. Look at that. And I told you the Yellow Brick Road has to do with the Wizard of Oz, and Wizard of Oz has to do with the Emerald City, and the Emerald City is Seattle. That's the name of Seattle, is Emerald City. And look, Farewell even has the EL, ELL. So basically, they're saying farewell to Seattle, all right? I'm telling you. Oh, and look, his initials, EJ, that's Elvis and Jesse's initials, his twin. Elvis's identical twin that died at birth. And look at the initials of Yellow Brick Road. Y is the 25th letter, B is the second letter, makes 27, and R is the 18th letter, makes 45. And I told you, Trump is the 45th president, and Elvis has been dead for 45 years. Okay? Because it's going to be next year during all of the 45s. So, real quick, let me show you. See, this was the date of his last concert. Look at that. His final show of his last U.S. tour, November 20th. Okay, so this just happened yesterday, because today is November 21st here in America. You know what I mean? So before I show you what the incident that happened at the Elton John concert that has to do with Trump, let me just show you one of the lyrics of one of Elton John's songs. So Elton John has a song called Leave On, okay? And how I would pronounce this is Levon, okay? And I'll tell you why in a moment, but notice it's got the EL and the ON. It's got the, the Elon and the EL for Elvis, and the Leno, Leno, who got burned. Elton's got the ELON up here, the Elon. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, he has a song called Levon, whatever the heck. Look what it says. Levon wears his war wound like a crown. He calls his child Jesus. Anyway, look, I'm not going to go through the lyrics with you. You can go look at it yourself. I just wanted you to see, like, it has the very first part of the lyrics to this song, because I'm going to show you what's the connection in a moment. It's got the word crown. It's got the wound. It's got Jesus in the very first few lyrics of this song called Levon. Anyway, the reason I'm calling it, see, I would pronounce this Levon. 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 Because I'll tell you why. Because, see, Levon, the meaning of the name means lion. And where does it originate from? From Armenian. You see that? I'm Armenian. I told you that. And I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. And that's where they had that big explosion, right? The biggest explosion we've ever seen on August 4th in 2020. Anyway, it means lion. You see? It comes from the Greek name Leon. Look, just like Elon, like I said. Leno. But I just found it interesting that it was Armenian. And you'll see why I'm bringing this up. This Levon. So here's what happened. I'm going to show you the image in a moment. But look, it was a computer glitch, supposedly, at his final concert Sunday night. I told you it was November 20th, which was his final, show. It was at Dodger Stadium, and it left the people a little bit in shock when they saw his, because his name showed up, Donald Trump's name showed up in the closed captions, the CC, the 3-3. Anyway, so let's see what it was saying when his name showed up. Okay, first of all, don't pay attention to these black dots right here that you're seeing. That's from my television that's going bad. Don't worry about it. It's a needle coming up out of my TV. Anyway, look, this is when Donald Trump's name came on the closed captions at his concert. And look what it says. He shall be leaving. Levon. Leaving. You see, what are they trying to tell you here? And remember, he's born on the 84th day of the year. And I told you Trump's going to get his head one on 84. Be leaving. Look at that. Be Levon. Be leaving. Be lion. Because Levon means lion, right? Be leaving. He shall be leaving. Or believing, whatever you want. Anyway, my point is, his name came up there. Look at that. You understand? Because he was singing that song, Levon, the one where I showed you the lyrics, where it had the name Jesus, the war wound, and the word crown, the first two sentences of that song. And I just thought I'd show you this. So from the day that the farewell tour, that where the glitch happened at the Elton John concert, November 20th, yesterday, to August 4th next year when Trump gets his head wound. Look at this. It's 8 months, 16 days. And why is that important? 8 months, 16 days. That's Elvis's death date, 8/16. You see that? 8/16. And I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4. And here's another reason why it has to happen on 8/4, the head wound. Because look, Elvis died on 8/16, right? And if you add up 8/16 and 8/4, look at this. It's 16/20. And if the O is a crown. So if you took out the 0, it can be either nothing or a crown, 0. So 1/62, that's 162nd day of the year is June 11th. And if you say the date backwards like they do in the UK, the 16th day of the 8th month, you see, it's 2016. You see that? 216th day of the year is August 4th. You see how it all matches up? And what was I going to say? Oh, and Trump, he won the presidency in 2016. You see? It's all connected, I told you. Even Elvis Aaron Presley, his full name equals 216. Look, I could go on all day with the connections with the 1620, 2016, but let me just finish it with this. The Elvis died in the 16th state, which is Tennessee, and he was born in the 20th state, which is Mississippi. You see? Everything connects to Elvis and Trump. Anyway, folks, I know you might not think that it was such a big deal, but it has to be shown. It's not a coincidence. You understand that it's got the leaving Donald Trump at the farewell concert. They're letting you know. You understand? And just the fact that his name came up while the song Levon or Levon, whatever you want to say, the Armenian connection connected to me, but also because it has those letters that I always tell you about, the Leelon. But look, it's got the wound, crown, and Jesus. You see? And child. You see what I'm saying? In the first two sentences. Anyway, so let me just show you one last thing about this name, and then we're done. It just so happens that the name Levon, which has the word love in it also. Elvis's mother's name was Love. Her middle name or maiden name, whatever. Gladys Love Presley. Anyway, look at what it equals, Levon. 6823, 6722. It's almost the exact same as Elvis, but backwards. Elvis is 6722, see? 6722. 6832, this is 6823. See, this is the forward number, this is the backward. This is the forward, this is the backward. See, it's almost the exact same, but backwards, the numbers. Anyway, that's it. Anyway, folks, this is the end of the video, so just make sure you don't get my predictions twisted. Elvis, Seattle, June 11th. Trump gets his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. End of video. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Listen, I'm not going to go through all this again. I could have showed you so much more with the David Bowie stuff, which I've showed in the past, and I don't want to really go through it all. Besides the fact that he's born on Elvis's birthday, his last album had Lazarus on it. It was called Black Star. Elvis is the Black Star. He had a song called Black Star, also Elvis. All right. Anyway, and also he died in 2016, and that's the 216 again. And I told you Elvis is the Black Star. He had a song called Black Star. And look, the David Bowie Black Star was released on January 8th, 2016. And he died 2 days later, David Bowie. And that's Elvis's birthday. That's David Bowie's birthday. That's Rocketman's birthday. You understand? Stephen King's birthday. Not Stephen King. What's that dude in the wheelchair? I forgot his name now. Stephen Hawking. Hawking. Get it? The King. He's also born on January 8th. And look, it was the 26th. And final studio album, it says. 26 equals the word God. And look at this. I'm not sure if this is a tour or what was it called, but look, David Bowie had something called Resurrection on 84th Street. Look at that. It's the 84. You see what I'm saying? I told you they were all Rocketman connections, everything. Like I said, folks, I've done videos in the past many times over the years. I don't want to go through every single, connection. And look, it says virgin birth or something like that. I can barely read it. My eyes are so bad. Anyway, it's Resurrection on 84th Street. 84. Resurrecting. Anyway, folks, end of video.